I'll take us to the second critical choice. The second choice that I made on my journey was to commit to a two-way agreement. And at that time, I was 20, and the agreement I committed to was between me and my sister and her husband. When they took me in when I was recovering from drugs, right? My community knows this, when I was recovering. So when I think about two-way agreements, it's really when two people or two entities come together with a mutually beneficial objective, for both of us to meet a mutually beneficial objective. And we structure this together. And then the power, though, is in committing to it. And I think about informal and formal two-way agreements that we all enter into all of the time. And what I am curious about is, what's your perspective on the idea of committing to a two-way agreement, the committing aspect of it? And is there one in your life that is a good example that you'd like to share about, this is an agreement that I entered into, and here's what I gave, and here's what I got?
I think, in the first part of my career, it was easy to commit to two-way agreements, right? Because I had more time, and time, is the most valuable resource. But as I advance in my career, I find that more challenging. Like when I was younger, I would volunteer for a lot of things. I think one of the things that I'm most passionate about, and I don't know if many people know this, is about animals and about wildlife. So I used to volunteer at a no-kill animal shelter, and it was just the most fulfilling thing for me. And I did that for many years, and it's actually where I adopted my dog. And that's a two-way agreement that I loved, and other volunteer initiatives that I've taken a role in as well. But now I think one of the two-way agreements that I want to focus on, it's a personal endeavor, but it also it's a social impact small business that I have started. And it's a jewelry line that essentially gives back to artisans in developing countries. And a portion of the proceeds goes towards empowering impoverished women. So aside from my my roles in committees and, my 9-to-5 job, not really 9-to-5, but my 9-to-5 job. That's the only other thing that I plan on really dedicating myself to and focusing on, because I know through that I can help more people. And that's really, like I said before, that's really a goal of mine.
It's awesome. And the acknowledgement on your side that you actually have to commit to it, because especially, and you just said this, I mean, you have your day job, you have your night job, you're on committees, you volunteer in other aspects of creating change just within your community, and you're going to do this. So I believe you will, and there's no doubt. But the being cognizant of, this is an agreement I'm going to commit to. Mm-hmm. And these are the things, because you're a writer, I think you write things down too. These are the things that I'm committing to. I'm committing to myself on what's going to be done. So exactly. Just listen to what she just said, because so much of the commitment is really just in writing something down and saying, this is what I'm going to do, by when, maybe with whom, for what.
Exactly. And I should plug my own business. So it's called Riches of St. Hill. If anyone is interested in checking out the pieces, it's at Riches of St. Hill. That's RICHESSTHILL.com. And you should follow on Instagram as well.
Thank you for joining me for this episode of the Choose and Become interview series. To check out more episodes, go to www.trishkendall.com/podcast. Or go to any of your favorite podcast channels, including YouTube, under Trish Kendall Speaks, and you'll find this interview and more. Choose and become.